Over the last few days, we have spent a lot of time on this channel sprinting through the numbers. We've broken down the massive overhauls of patch 1.10, tracked the immediate quality of life fixes in patch 1.11, and analyzed the optimal ways to grind out the endgame loop. But tonight, I want to completely stop looking at the checklists. I want to step away from the optimization guides, pause the grind, and put forward a massive, unfiltered take on what Pearl Abyss has actually built here. Because despite every new feature, mechanic, and sandbox upgrade poured into this game week after week, I found myself standing on a cliffside in Pywel last night, just looking around, and it made me realize something fundamental. Crimson Desert is, without a doubt, the most staggeringly beautiful open world that has ever existed in modern gaming. But my actual thesis tonight goes way deeper than just appreciating the graphics. I want to propose something radical. Without this exact level of overwhelming immersive beauty, Crimson Desert as a video game would fundamentally cease to exist. Its foundations would completely collapse. Think about it. If you strip away the world, what are you actually left with? Taken on their own, the core systems of this game are incredibly flawed. The main narrative campaign is notoriously disjointed and unwieldy. The chapter transitions can feel completely chaotic, the character motivations are frequently muddled, and the upgrade grind can easily devolve into a repetitive chore. In a lesser standard game, one that relies on a flat, uninspired map to get you from point A to point B, these narrative and mechanical failures would be an absolute death sentence. But Pywel completely alters your psychology as a player. The world doesn't just support the gameplay, it completely carries it. The masterfully engineered environmental design triggers a psychological shift that completely bypasses your usual critical mindset. It evokes a profound sense of awe mixed with a beautiful kind of insignificance. In most modern games, you feel like the absolute artificial center of the universe. Nothing happens unless you arrive to click a button. But when you look out across this landscape, you get this sudden, overwhelming realization that this world is fully in motion, breathing, and existing entirely independent of you. It stops feeling like a playground built for your entertainment and starts feeling like an ancient, living place where you just happen to be a temporary traveler. You stop simply playing a game and you start existing in a space. And because you are existing in that space, you suddenly forgive the clunky story. You forgive the brutal grind. The environment itself becomes the narrative. I thought I had already seen the absolute peaks of this design philosophy in masterpieces like the gritty neon streets of Cyberpunk, the breathing wilderness of Red Dead Redemption 2, or the dark fantasy atmosphere of The Witcher 3. But 100 hours into Crimson Desert, and the sheer environmental cohesion achieved here feels almost impossible. We've all played enough games to know that any studio can front-load a spectacular intro to capture your attention before settling into something familiar, empty, and safe. But Pywel never settles. You step outside the massive, living cobblestone streets of Hernan, and you realize the map isn't a canvas designed to fill space. It's a flawless network of places that actually have an environmental reason to exist exactly where they are. You transition seamlessly from wide-open, sun-drenched grassy plains into claustrophobic, dense forests where the canopy completely chokes out the sunlight. You climb a rocky hillside, watch the rain naturally shift into a foot of heavy powder snow, and later find yourself staring into a scorching, oppressive desert. There is no feeling of being teleported between biome themes. It just flows together like a real, breathing earth. When you are hundreds of hours deep, altering your appearance to fit the identity of the landscape, or cooking a meal at Howling Hill, not because a survival meter forces you to, but because it feels genuinely natural to reset before heading back into the wild, the game stops being a collection of mechanics. The immersion doesn't just wrap around the foundation of the game, the immersion is the foundation. We are going to be diving right back into our high-velocity daily short-form content next week, but tonight, just log into the game, turn off your user interface, find a quiet ridge in the northern mountains, and just look around. Let yourself get a little lost in it, and ask yourself if the game would hold together if this world wasn't this perfect. Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know if you agree that the world is carrying the weight of the entire game, and I'll see you guys in the next video.